Hello, and welcome to this week's Glasstire Top 5. It is the week of September 10th, 2020, and I'm Christina Rees.
I'm Christopher Blay.
So we're just going to count down the top 5 art events in Texas this week. We're going to treat this pretty much like a standard week in terms of shows that you can actually go out and see. Now, for a lot of these, you may want to make an appointment, check the website of the galleries or institutions listed, make sure that you do or don't need to make an appointment before you just show up. But all of them will be accessible one way or the other. A lot of them open this weekend on the 12th. A few of them are already open. So we're in Houston at an undisclosed location. It is raining on us a little bit.
A little drizzle.
Not too bad.
All right, with that, number 5 is Fort Worth Gallery Night, which usually is one night only in the first or second week of September. But because we're living in the upside down, it's now been changed to Gallery Week, and it begins this weekend. And all the galleries in the Fort Worth and Arlington area will be open by appointment to reduce the crowds that could happen on one night. Art Space 111 has their big group show, William Campbell Contemporary, the Fort Works Art, you name it, all the galleries in Fort Worth. And in Arlington, where, yeah, we need our weekly mention of Hillebrand and Maximin. These people are great, and they're doing a lot, and I feel like we mention them every week.
We've decided we have a mention quota for them, and that they need to make it into every single week's top 5, one way or the other. So are the museums part of this?
Officially, but unofficially.
Okay.
So the museums that are open will be open, but they're not doing anything grand for Gallery Night.
Right.
And number 4 this week is Violet Buell at TransArt Foundation here in Houston. I visited TransArt for the first time late last week, and I did a drive-by profile with photographs from the show and from the TransArt Foundation. And Violet Buell is a Venezuelan-born artist that lives here in Houston, and her work is very political and has a lot of technology at the edge of technology and photography. And she talks about things that have happened under the rule of President Maduro. And there are these QR codes that are connected or placed on to some of the sculpture in the show. And if you download an app, you can sort of scan the sculpture and it'll reveal information of people that have died during the Maduro regime, for instance. There's this large architectural structure that was built as a utopian palace based on the wealth of the oil wealth in Venezuela that Buell has inverted to show the sort of like descent of that ideal. It's now a prison. There are a lot of political prisoners there. So things like that pop up in the show. They're photographs, recreated photographs, and it's a really good show.
Number 3 on our list is at Rockport Center for the Arts in Rockport, not too far from Houston. It is a 2-person show. It's called Sacred American X. It is Alejandro Macias and Amaret V. Garza. Now, Alejandro has been featured on our top 5 before, and in many different forms on Glasstire. We lost him last year to Arizona. In 2019, he moved out there to become a professor. But his work is still showing around Texas quite a bit, and it just always gets better and better. He kind of deals with conflict and dualities and sort of border identity. He's a painter primarily, although he does beautiful drawings as well. Amaret V. Garza is from Corpus and lives and works in Corpus, and she does sculpture around sort of Day of the Dead themes.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a strong show. As far as I know, it's open right now, but the true opening is on September 12th. And they are limiting the number of people who can congregate in the space. I think it's 70 people at a time. But you can go and see the show and go support Rockport and go support this show. These are 2 great, I still consider Alejandro Texas artists, 2 great Texas artists with new work. And this show, I'm not sure exactly how long it's up. They say it's up for about a month. So that is what we are counting on. Number 2 on our list this week is the Medium in Austin. It's a solo show by Taylor Barnes, who's an Austin-based artist. It's called Pressure. It opens on September 12th. I got in touch with the Medium today. They're still in the process of installing and photographing. So what I do know is this is all new work. We're thinking it's probably going to be more of the figurative work.
Work is really beautiful. I missed it at Aaron Cluley Gallery. But yeah, it's very figurative. Think silhouetted images with spaces where you can see like facial figures like eyes or a mouth or something. And it's on untreated canvas, really big lines, charcoal lines.
The work's collective mantra, as per the artist, is silence no longer protects us, we will not exist here. What I really like about the work is just how super legible and graphic it is. It doesn't need any sort of explanatory text, although she does also work with text.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it borrows from not so much illustration as almost like advertising and pop art in terms of just how instantly legible it is. This is going to be a very strong solo show, good fall solo show. And again, it opens on September 12th. It is by appointment only. Number one on our list is in Dallas. It is the 20th anniversary of Plush Gallery. I can't believe it's been 20 years, but it has. Wow. Randall Garrett has been in and on the scene for that long and longer. He also spends a lot of time in Mexico City at this point.
Yeah, he was recently featured in the piece I did about artists in their studios. And it was his studio in Mexico City.
Right, that's right. Plush Gallery for me, 10 or 20 years ago was just a super cool outfit. Like, I always felt very nerdy and square. I always felt like these are the cool kids. It also opens on the 12th. It's a socially distanced event. I'm going to read out the names of the people in the show. It's Jacqueline Blanco, Raymond Butler, C.J. Davis, Randall Garrett, Norman Carey, Fabio Marino, Narong Tintamusic, and Brad Tucker. Yeah. So kind of drawing from all over, drawing on the history of this very cool space. It opened in the Cedars. It's moved around a little bit. He's kind of used pop-ups over the years.
I like that kind of nimble, improvised space because, maintaining one space in one spot for 20 years in any city is a task.
It is, and he has been really limber. It just feels to me like it's a really nice callback to a time when there was a little bit more of kind of a scrappy punk rock but very cool sort of thing happening in and around Dallas. And I think Plush was a big leader in this and very influential in this kind of sensibility. And this was prior to the fire marshal in Dallas getting very strict and shutting down this kind of thing. But anyway, it's exciting, and congratulations to Randall and 20 years, and that's fantastic. And that's our number one pick this week.
And don't forget to click our little green Texas in the corner there to subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep up with all the art that's happening in Texas.
Yeah, and with that, we're going to say, be very safe, but if you feel like it, go see some art.
Wear a mask and go see some art.